One key opponent to the deal is the Writers Guild of America, whose members have a lot at stake. Joining me now is President of the WGA West, Michele Mulroney. And thanks so much for joining us. Now, you have come out strongly opposed to this deal. What's your chief concern?
Our members are very concerned about this merger because we've seen in the past that mergers always promise benefits, but they inevitably lead to fewer jobs for industry workers, mass layoffs, and diminished competition in the market.
What have you seen in the past that causes that?
We only have to look a few years back to the Disney and Fox merger, where there were a lot of promises that this merger would mean more production, more programming, but in fact the opposite has happened. In 2016, pre-merger, these two entities were putting out about 25 movies a year, and last year they only put out 14. So that's just an example of the way that unfortunately these mergers and acquisitions often cause contraction in the marketplace.
So how would that play out, do you think, or how do you fear it might play out in this specific case? Would HBO go away? Would there be fewer theatrical releases? What's the worst fear here?
Yeah, there are several fears. I mean, obviously Netflix is in a pole position here, it seems, for this potential merger. And, they're the biggest streamer out there with 300 million subscribers. And for them to absorb HBO Max and HBO, we just don't know if the HBO that we've all come to know and love would survive a merger like this. Anytime there's an increasingly small number of creative gatekeepers getting to decide which projects our writers write, which stories get told, and what consumers get to watch on TV streaming or in theaters, that's of concern. We anticipate potentially less variety, and certainly we're concerned about the theatrical exhibition business, which has been, as you know, struggling since the pandemic to find its footing again, and what this acquisition might mean for them.